All right, boys and girls, the next section is still within example 5, but it's kind of an extension. Here's where they want you to find the central angle, okay? So if you recall, we were given that the arc length is theta times the radius, or radius times theta. They're interchangeable. So if you want to find the central angle, remember our central angle is theta. All I have to do is solve for theta by itself. So I would divide by the radius to both sides. So then I would be left with arc length. Oops, I see a bit of a glare, sorry. Arc length over r. So if I wanted to solve for theta, I would just be left with arc length over radius, okay? Remember, if I wanted to solve for any variable, I would just divide, or yeah, divide basically, okay? All right, this is actually going to help you for numbers 93 through 96. So the one that I'm going to do with you is actually 93, okay? So let me move this a little bit over here, and I'm going to do 93 so you can look at the book. They're asking us to find the radian measure of the central angle of a circle of radius r that intercepts an arc length of s. So notice they're giving us 15 inches, and they said the column on the left is your radius, so that's your r. And then they also give us pi radians. Okay. Oops, sorry. I think I took a little bit of each problem. I apologize. Number 93, they give us 15 inches, and then I'm sorry, they give us 8 inches. Sorry, I was looking at a different problem. And that's our arc length. So guys, honestly, you're given everything that you need. Okay. So let me plug it in the formula. So we said theta is S over R. Remember, S is arc length and R is radius. So all I basically have to do is set it up as 8 over 15. And if you look at this example, there's nothing to simplify. So my central angle is literally 8 over 15. And of course, everything's measured in radians. So that's it. Okay. Again, this is kind of an extension of example 5. Okay, so that's the formula we used earlier. All right, guys, let's move on to the next one. Okay, boys and girls, in the next example, I'm going to use problem 101 to help you out. And this will help you for questions 101 through 104, okay? They basically want you to find the radius. And if you notice, they ask you find the radius r of a circle with an arc length s and a central angle theta. And if you notice, they gave us the arc length and they gave us the central angle theta. So S is 36 feet and theta is pi over 2 rads, okay? So again, this is kind of an extension of still example 5. So we're still going to use the same formula. S equals R times theta. But since we're solving for the radius, I just have to isolate the radius. So basically, I'm going to divide both sides by theta. So R is going to give me arc length divided by theta. Okay. So now that I have everything that I need, I'm just going to go ahead and plug it in. Okay. So I should have R equals 36 feet divided by, oops, let me move this up, by pi over 2. And this is also rad, sorry. And I'm going to show you that I can work this out. I don't need a single calculator, okay? All right, guys, I want to make sure I have enough room to work it out here. So whenever I have a fraction divided by a fraction, I'm going to show you how to rewrite it, okay? And again, I'm going to show you all the steps. So this is the same as saying 36 divided by pi over 2. And you guys, the rules of fractions, if you recall, you don't really divide fractions because what you do is you go from division to multiplication, and then you do the reciprocal of the second fraction. So 36 times 2 over pi. Okay. And so with that said, then my answer would be 72 over pi. Okay. Now, a couple things which I forgot to mention last time is our unit of measurement. So for 101, we have 72 over pi, and then don't forget our central angle is in radians. And then of course our arc length is in feet. But since we're finding the radius is not measured in radians, obviously, it's a distance. Radius is usually like a unit of measurement. So we want to keep it as feet. So you have 72 over pi, and that would be feet. But now let's get a more accurate reading. So I would actually use the calculator to simplify that, okay? So 72 divided by pi, and that should give me approximately 22.92 feet. Okay, so sorry, let me move this. So this would be my answer, approximately 22.92 feet. Okay, because again, radius is a length. Okay, so I would simplify it that way. All right, guys, that should be able to help you solve numbers 101 through 104. Okay, so let me give you some examples to try on your own.